Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Rachel and I share weekly What's for Dinner videos. First, I'm going to show you how I made sweet and spicy chicken thighs and loaded baked potato salad and green beans. I portioned these boneless, skinless chicken thighs in 2 baking dishes. Then I got busy making the sauce. I didn't want to put the sauce that has the cayenne pepper in it in the ones that my grandchildren would be eating, so I put a couple of chicken thighs in a smaller baking dish, and I began by mixing together the sauce, starting off with the brown sugar, a 1/4 cup, and a 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, and a tablespoon of honey, some salt, and some pepper. The last ingredient would be the cayenne pepper, but I'm going to save that for later. And so for the liquid, I added red wine vinegar, a 1/4 cup. After I mix this sauce together, I'm going to pour it on the 3 chicken thighs that are for my grandchildren, and then I'll add the cayenne pepper and put it on the rest of it. This recipe is so quick and easy to assemble and put together. Really all you do is make up your sauce, pour it over the chicken, cover with foil, and then put in the oven. That's all. So this is the part where I added the cayenne pepper to the sauce, and the little bit of heat just makes all the difference. Now, this is a good fix it and forget it method, but if you really want that sauce to be thick, I would cook the chicken thighs for a while first and then drain off some of the juice and then add the sauce to it and then put it back in the oven. I ended up putting this in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour on 350. I did take it out and then put it back in uncovered for about a half hour. Next, I'm getting everything around for a loaded baked potato salad. I'm using some potatoes and some bacon, onion, mayonnaise, and sour cream, salt, pepper, and dried chives. Somewhere in the process of editing, I lost footage of me peeling and dicing the potatoes, so you have been spared from that whole process. So into the bowl, I'm adding a couple big globs of sour cream and a couple of globs of mayonnaise, and yes, those are technical measuring terms. So I would guess it to be about a cup of mayo and about a half cup of sour cream, putting some salt and pepper into this dressing. I always like to make my dressing ahead of time and then add my potatoes later. That way I know that I have all of my ingredients mixed in. Sometimes when I add the stuff to the potatoes, I feel like I have to taste and sample and add and mix until I get it right. This way I can make up my dressing and then just taste it and make sure that it's good before I add the potatoes. So I added the dried chives, and I'm adding about a cup of sharp shredded cheese, mixing that in. And I'm crumbling up the bacon. You have also been spared from watching me fry bacon on video. A recipe that I saw for this potato salad called for a whole pound of bacon, but I thought that was a little too much, so I did about a half a pack. And then I saved the rest for the green beans, which you will see in a little while. So I'm just mixing all of that together. So now we're moving forward to the potatoes are all cooked and peeled, or not peeled, I left the skin on. They're cooled and drained. So I'm adding potatoes to this dressing, and I did reserve some of the cooked cube potatoes so that anybody who doesn't like potato salad, which, you know, I knew Cameron wouldn't eat this, and also probably my 2 grandkids wouldn't eat it either. So I left some potatoes for them to have on the side, warmed up with some butter and salt and pepper. So just using my muscles here and getting it all mixed together, and then using this masher to mash it a little bit. I have found recently that I like potato salad cooked this way, a little mashed up, not all of it, just a little bit. So giving it all a final stir. And a taste test, and it was perfect. I probably cooked these chicken thighs for 45 minutes to a half hour. I'm not sure. I lost track of time. I took them out, uncovered them, and then put them back in so that they could brown up some. And then I am now adding the rest of the strips of crumbled bacon into the green beans. I used a little bit of the bacon drippings in this pan that I cooked the bacon in, and just poured in a large can of green beans with some of the liquid, not all of it. And so after it had simmered all of the liquid and the bacon grease down, I then added the crispy bacon to it and stirred it in. I don't like to cook it in and leave it because then your bacon becomes soft again. And here are our finished plates. We had 6 people at our house for dinner this night, including my 2 grandkids. And everybody seemed to like this chicken a lot, as well as the side dishes. The potato salad was excellent, and it was a nice change from regular potato salad. So sometimes coming home and cooking after work on a Monday is just the last thing in the world you want to do, and you just order pizza. And that's what we did on this night. Well, now we're going to fast forward to Thursday. Tuesday and Wednesday were kind of fend for yourself days at our house. I was at work, and I don't know what the guys ate. Maybe cereal, peanut butter sandwiches, or takeout. It was their call, as I wasn't there to cook. So on Thursday, I got out the crock pot early in the morning. I was having some trouble sleeping. I was up super early in the morning, and so I knew that after work I was going to be tired. It was going to catch up with me eventually. So I'm adding with my 1/4 cup scoop, a cup of rice and a packet of Lipton beefy onion soup mix to some pork chops, a bag of peas and carrots. This was actually just a partial bag that was in the freezer. And so some garlic powder, some salt and pepper, a can of cream of chicken soup, and 2 cans of cream of potato soup. And then I just poured in about a half of a bottle of bottled water. And that's all. When it was dinner time, we just made some garlic bread to go with this. It was quick and simple and easy. The last meal I'm going to share is a breakfast skillet meal. Again, just using some bits and pieces of this and that we had on hand to make a meal out of. I started by frying up a couple strips of bacon. I then added about a half a bag of shredded hash browns to the bacon grease. Next, I threw in some chopped onions, then a package of diced ham. When the hash browns were browned up some, I then pushed it all to the side and then poured about a half a dozen eggs into the middle of the pan and then mixed them up. Gave them a quick scramble, allowing them to cook in that center part of the pan. I added black pepper, but I did not add any salt to this because of the bacon grease and the ham. It would be salty enough. Then I just started to fold the potato and ham into the egg and just move it around until it was all mixed together and scrambled up. Here's the bacon that I cooked first in this pan before I added everything else. To finish this up, I'm just putting some diced up Velveeta cheese, or So Cheesy cheese in our case, and crumbling up the bacon on top. I turned off the burner and just allowed the heat that was already going on in this pan to melt this cheese, and I just set the bacon on top and I stirred it in at the end so that the bacon stayed crispy. And here is my finished plate. I had some key lime Greek yogurt with it, and it was the perfect breakfast for dinner. We don't always get to have breakfast in our house these days, so breakfast for dinner is perfect. If you like this video, I would love it if you hit the subscribe button and come back to see what my family has for dinner again real soon. Thank you.